It's Mike with Iceberg Gaming here with another Project Zomboid guide for today. Today I'm continuing my best base locations series, and we are back in Louisville. So once again, looking at our official Project Zomboid map, this giant, massive sprawl over here is Louisville. From the military checkpoints that are down here, running across, there's 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. Everything to the north of that is Louisville. So because Louisville is such a massive sprawl, I have broken it up into quadrants. And in my first 2 videos on this series for Louisville, I did the southwest and southeast quadrants, if we're counting the park as kind of the middle. So north is this way, south is that way, obviously. So this general area here was the southwest, and then this general area here was the southeast. And today we are looking at the northwest. So we're looking at everything pretty much north of the stadium here and west of like the stadium over here is pretty good markers. So between the 2 stadiums makes sense. So for our first base location, I'm going to show you guys the location that I have used for my 1000-day challenge series. And it is over here along the river. In the fancy houses along the river here, I picked this northernmost house. It's got great fencing, and it is right across the street from the gas station. The layout is pretty good. There is one way farther south that I like the layout better, this one, but that one doesn't count for the northwest section. So I went with the farthest north one, but technically the next 2 or 3 also count. I wouldn't go with this one because it's not as fenced in, but these other ones, I wouldn't do this one either because it's got the lower fences. These 2, this one and this one, have the high fences almost all the way around. And I personally completed that fence in all the way around with a little bit of metal fencing and then a metal gate. I prefer the metal fencing because you can see through it and you can poke spears through it. If zombies are on the other side, you can go right up to it and poke a spear through. I also like, I think it might be actually not as strong. I think I read that somewhere. You would think that it would be stronger, but it's not. Some people say it's not as strong. I went ahead and, since I am playing this character for 1000 days, I went ahead and completely fenced in this area here, and across the way here, I completely walled this in. So I've got kind of a double fence going on here with the outer fencing around the gas station to lock that in, and then the inner fencing around the housing complex itself. And for our next location, I really like this little subdivision here that is almost completely walled in. You could pick really any one of these houses. There's something to be said for taking the back one as the most defensible, but there's also something to be said for taking the front one and building a fence here yourself, and then you can kind of monitor that fence a little more closely if you're right next to it. So any of these houses would do. This fence around here is completely inaccessible by zombies, so if you cleared out this entire subdivision, you could claim the entire thing for yourself and keep it free of undead pretty easily. If you're playing with a group, playing multiplayer, you could each get your own house or something like that. Next up, you guys, if you've been following the series, you know that I love warehouse/factories for bases, building up on the roof. You're completely safe if you can knock down the stairs with a sledgehammer. So to that end, I've got a couple of good choices for you. Our first one is right here, way up in the north. This one is a little more safe, and there's plenty of loot inside, plenty of tools and stuff that you're going to need. So that's a great location. And then our next one is a little more of a central location. This location I actually like a little bit better. It's got the same layout as the warehouse in Riverside that I built my very first base in, and it's right next to the gas station for easy access to gas. So I kind of like this location. It's a little more central, so it's a little less safe, but it's a great location. It's a little bigger warehouse too, so if you need more space, it's another option for you. So here we are at the first location, the northern one, so I'm going to show you guys the layout real quick. so you can kind of make up your own minds. So this is the lower level, and then we've got a pretty small upper level here. It's kind of the same as the Muldraugh one that I've built a base at, and then we've got a roof. Actually, I kind of like this roof that it's already fenced in, because you guys know me, I tend to fall off of roofs, so that's pretty nice. So, like I said, I like this location. It's a pretty good location. This upper level is a little bit small, but you could always build that out with wooden flooring. Now we'll take a quick look at the southern warehouse layout. So we have the office buildings here, and bathrooms, etc. And then the large room with all the gear in it. A couple of zombies in here. We'll just take care of them real quick. And then we'll check out the upper level. Hold on, let me make it so you guys can see. Okay, that's better. So let's check out the upper level here. So this is the same as my base in Riverside, like I said, that at the beginning of the 1000-Day Challenge series. And then, of course, we have the rooftop here. Very big roof. Plenty of room for a garden, etc. if you so desire. And that's really it for the best bases in Northwest Louisville, in my opinion. If you think I missed anything, let me know in the comment section. I mean, if you're feeling like adventurous, you could maybe make an argument for like this big apartment complex or something. But none of these other houses in here really look that great to me. There's nothing with really great fencing. This little section is okay. But why go for this little section when you can go for that section? It's not as well fenced in. Yeah. Nothing else really jumps out at me. But if you think of something, let me know in the comment section, and I'll take a look and see how I like it. That's going to wrap up another edition of the best base locations in Project Zomboid. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. And we'll see you next time.